Virat Kohli. You hear the name, and for millions, it's about so much more than just a cricketer, isn't it? He's a phenomenon. His story is one of just relentless passion, this insane pursuit of excellence, and leadership that literally transformed a team. To really get who the icon is, we've got to go back. We have to understand the journey that made him.
You know, every legend has an origin story. And Kohli's? It begins in the absolute heat of a personal furnace, a real trial by fire that would go on to shape the competitor we all know today.
So he was born in Delhi and was apparently just obsessed with cricket from the time he was 3 years old. But the moment that really defines his youth, it comes in 2006. He's playing in a crucial domestic match, and he gets the news that his father, his biggest fan, had passed away. In an act of just unbelievable grit, he goes back to the field the very next day to score 90 runs for his team. Just think about that. 2 years later, he's captaining India to a victory in the Under-19 World Cup. It was a clear sign of the leader he was always meant to be. And that right there, that wasn't just about skill. That was the moment his legendary mental toughness was forged in steel. The choice to keep playing wasn't just about finishing a match. It was the bedrock, the foundation of this fierce, unyielding competitor who would one day just completely dominate the world stage. So out of that fire emerged one of the most prolific, just unstoppable batters the game has ever witnessed. His arrival in international cricket wasn't just a debut. It was the start of an era of pure dominance. He became known, quite simply, as the run machine. And he didn't just score runs. He developed this signature skill. He became known as the chase master. So when the pressure was cranked up to its absolute maximum, batting second, chasing down a target, that's when he was most dangerous. It was this perfect mix of his technical genius and that mental strength that was forged all those years ago. And the speed, the sheer speed of his run scoring was just breathtaking. He wasn't just breaking records, he was absolutely shattering them. He became the fastest player in history to hit 8,000, then 9,000, then 10,000, and yep, then 11,000 runs in one-day internationals. The consistency was just on another level. But look, individual brilliance is only one piece of the puzzle. The player was about to become the leader. And as captain, he wouldn't just lead a team, he was going to completely reshape its entire identity. So the question is, how did he actually do it? How does one guy's attitude and his vision transform how an entire cricketing nation thinks about the game? Well, he did it by leading a revolution in attitude. It all started with fitness. He brought in this unbelievable focus on athleticism that turned the team into a world-class unit. Then he instilled this aggressive, win-at-all-costs mindset, and the results, they speak for themselves. India dominated the #1 test ranking and pulled off historic series wins in really tough places like Australia. And his own dominance just mirrored the team's. He became the only Indian ever to be ranked #1 by the ICC in all 3 formats of the game at the same time. But every great story needs some conflict, right? After years of just incredible success, Kohli faced a challenge that was going to test him like nothing before. A pretty dramatic dip in form that set the stage for one of the most epic comeback stories in all of modern sports. After hitting that peak in 2019, his form, well, it took a pretty noticeable nosedive. For a guy who scored centuries just for fun, this period became known as the century drought. And with it came just intense public pressure and criticism. But what came next was a climb back to the top that was nothing short of remarkable. It was like a phoenix rising from the ashes, truly. After he stepped down from the captaincy in all formats, he just focused on his batting, and the comeback was electric. I mean, it was highlighted by that stunning century in the 2022 Asia Cup and an absolutely unforgettable match-winning knock against Pakistan in the T20 World Cup. And that comeback, it all led to this moment. During the 2023 World Cup, Virat Kohli hit his 50th century in one-day internationals, breaking the legendary Sachin Tendulkar's record, a record many thought would never be broken. It was the ultimate statement. The king was back. And he cemented it by finishing that tournament as the highest run scorer. So when you put it all together, the fiery kid, the run machine, the captain who changed everything, and the comeback king,
What is the real enduring legacy of Virat Kohli?
It's what you could call the Kohli effect. It's a legacy that has so many different parts. You've got the obvious batting greatness, of course, but he's also a fitness icon who totally revolutionized the standards in India. He was a transformative leader who made his team fearless. And maybe, more than anything, he is passion personified on a cricket field. And this legacy of excellence? It's all backed up by the official awards. I mean, he's received India's highest sporting honors, like the Khel Ratna. On the world stage, Time magazine named him one of their 100 most influential people. And in the world of cricket itself, he got the highest honor you can get. He was named the ICC Male Cricketer of the Decade.
Which really just leaves us with one final, fascinating question. Now that he's broken the biggest records, passed the captaincy torch, what is it that really drives the icon today? Maybe it's the same thing that drove that young kid from Delhi all those years ago. Just a raw passion for the game and an unshakable hunger to compete. One thing's for sure, his story is far from over.